We made the move into cogeneration. One of the consequences of harvesting whole cane material is that because the density is a lot lower, there's a lot more trips up and down the paddock. So we estimated with whole cane harvesting we would increase the amount of traffic in our fields by about 30%. So about 3.5 to 4 years ago we started to investigate how we could put in place a better farming system that would cope with that additional in-field traffic that we would experience when we move across to whole crop harvesting. So we kicked off what we now call our farming systems project that looked at trying to develop a better system that matched our current machinery, so the row spacings matched our current machinery in cane. And what we've come up with after about 3 years of work is a system that's based on dual rows. So where we have a space between where I'm standing, which are where the wheels of the harvester would go, or the tracks of the harvester, and over here is basically somewhere between 1.8 and 1.9 metres wide. And then in between that we plant 2 dual rows, basically where I'm standing now, so that the 2 dual rows would be about 500 millimetres apart, or about 20 inches apart. And in developing that we tried a number of different systems where we tried just having a single row based on a 1.8 metre spacing, or having a row where we planted with wide shoots. In other words, we spread the cane across about 14 or 15. It's based on a dual row system planted on a 1.8 metre row spacing, which means the amount of compaction you're getting in a paddock with an industry standard or a 5-foot row or a 1.5 metre row is about 95%. With a system like this you can reduce the compaction back to about 50% of the paddock. So a legume crop to try and put additional nitrogen back in the ground, and also look at zero-till planting. So what's happening here is that these guys have sprayed these beans off, and using this Hodge planter, which has got a set of double discs on it, which I'll ask Mark to talk about, or Anthony to talk about in a minute. We're trying to reduce our amount of input and our land preparation costs, and plant directly back into these preformed beds where the soybeans are